Hi everyone, I'm David Wojcik and this is MBOT TV. Stories we covered this week: what's happening to business confidence in Ontario, Premier Ford travels south of the border to talk trade, Ontario ponders changes to the growth plan affecting Peel Region, and MBOT signs a significant memo of understanding. Welcome to MBOT TV, a weekly recap of what happened in business at the Mississauga Board of Trade and around the city of Mississauga. Let's dive in. First up, our series on the corporate execution gap. Here's Fred Pitsadney from Focus Management with our Guru Gab tip of the week on delivery of values or empty platitudes and how it affects your execution strategy.
Thanks, David. Hi, my name is Fred. Let's focus. While a mission defines the reason for being, and a vision defines the organization's desired future, values speak to how we will behave, inside and outside of the enterprise. Values, or operating principles, as they are sometimes called, define acceptable and encouraged behavior. Anything outside of these parameters should not be tolerated, nor encouraged, at any level in the organization. Values must align with and facilitate the achievement of the vision and be reflective of the mission or the reason for being. So if teamwork, a very common value, is key to the achievement of your strategic goals, then organizational silos must be torn down and replaced with cross-functional teamwork. Objectives and budgets must facilitate teamwork. Decision-making should be collaborative in nature. Here are your 3 takeaway questions. 1. Are your documented values reality-based or tired expressions? 2. Does the leadership team demonstrate the stated values? 3. Do people get punished or rewarded for values-based behavior? These are tough questions that need open and candid conversation, assuming, of course, that openness and candor are genuinely valued in your organization. Make it happen. Make your values real. Back to you, David.
Thanks, Fred. The province of Ontario is holding consultations to gather information on how regions and municipalities are dealing with growth plans. One of the mandates is for employment zones, and the ratio of residents to jobs is determined by the province, but then must be delivered by the region of Peel, and in our case, in conjunction with the city of Mississauga. The complexity of the growth plan and overlap with other provincial ministries creates quite a web for city planners to navigate. The province is proceeding with a view to reduce red tape, overlap, and duplication. The consultation also considers the ability of regions to meet provincial targets for intensification. The Mississauga Board of Trade signed a significant memo of understanding with AmCham, the American Chamber of Commerce, GTA Region Chapter, last week. The MOU will bring greater understanding and assistance for companies wishing to do business in the United States. Considering their rework of NAFTA, known to the United States as USMCA and to Canada as CUSMA, tariffs and now Buy America restrictions, the MOU with AmCham will be a great benefit to MBOT members. Coming up is our political report with Brad Butt and MBOT's upcoming events listing with Stephanie Giorgio. But first, are you looking for ways to save money on your employee benefits? The Chamber Plan can help.
The Chamber's plan now offers employee benefit programs with greater selection, higher coverage levels, and more value than ever before. Take another look and see why we're the choice of more small businesses than any other plan in Canada. The Chamber's plan. It's for your benefit.
Now for our political update, here's our Director of Government Relations, Brad Butt. Brad?
Well, thanks, David. The Ontario Chamber of Commerce released the 2019 Ontario Economic Report last week. Confidence in Ontario's economic outlook has improved. 30% of members surveyed expressed confidence in Ontario's outlook for 2019, up 7 percentage points compared to last year. Despite a more optimistic outlook for 2019, decreasing levels of organizational and economic confidence over the years have impacted businesses willing to invest, take risks, and adopt technological advancements. Businesses are gaining confidence in themselves. 61% of respondents reported confidence in their own organization's economic outlook heading into 2019, a 7-point increase from last year.
So 75% of our members singled out the ability to recruit and retain talent as a critical factor to organizational competitiveness. But what we also see here is some worrying trends. You can see in the figure in front of you that the production of goods and services to overall prosperity has actually stagnated since 2010. And so while significant financial resources are available for productive use by industry, the actual share of those resources going towards the contribution of products and services throughout the year has been declining. And there are a few different reasons for this, one of them being export performance in Ontario, which remains lackluster. That's a contributor to this issue, but also infrastructure investment from both the public and private sector remain below the levels necessary to address Ontario's infrastructure deficit.
Responding to one of the key areas identified by business in the economic report, MBOT hosted 2 sessions on the skills gap and human talent concerns of business today. Participants from both the employer and service provider sector met recently to discuss things that can be done to bridge this gap. While the provincial legislature returned to work last Tuesday, we promised the people of Ontario that we would fight to reduce the deficit, cut red tape, promote job creation, and make government more efficient, said Government House Leader and Minister of Economic Development, Job Creation and Trade, Todd Smith. Our work is just beginning. Through the upcoming busy legislative agenda, we will continue to fight to make life easier for hard-working families, he said. Well, Ontario Premier Doug Ford was off to Washington last week to attend the National Governors Association meeting. The Premier stated, building relationships, promoting trade, and being open for business are crucial to supporting and creating good new jobs across Ontario. The Ontario government has also sent a directive to the Board of Directors of Hydro One that the salary for the new CEO shall not exceed $1.5 million. While this cap will include a base salary of up to $500,000, with the remainder tied to short-term or long-term incentives. These incentives will be tied to measurable performance targets to be developed by Hydro One, including the CEO's contribution to reductions in transmission and distribution costs that contribute to achieving the province's commitment to a 12% reduction in electricity bills. The provincial government has also announced an overhaul to the Tarion New Home Warranty Program to resolve conflicts of interest within the program. The government is taking action by establishing a separate regulator from Tarion for new home builders and vendors to address conflicts of interest. Back to you, David.
Thanks, Brad. With a complete listing of events for the next 4 weeks, here's our events manager, Stephanie Giorgio. Stephanie?
Thanks, David. And here's what's coming up at your Mississauga Board of Trade. On March 5th, we welcome Minister Rod Phillips, Ontario's Minister of the Environment, Conservation and Parks. Join us at C Banquets for an informative keynote, followed by an interactive Q&A. On March 6th, Membership Matters is at MBOT, a session for new members to discover all the great benefits that your Mississauga Board of Trade has to offer. Seasoned members are always welcome to stop by for a refresher. On March 8th, MBOT celebrates International Women's Day. Join us at the Board of Trade offices and mingle with your colleagues. Of course, our male members are always welcome to join us in the celebration. On March 13th, Good Morning Mississauga is at Hilton Meadowvale. Come out and connect with Mississauga businesses. This month, we will discuss marijuana in the workplace. Hear from 4 keynote speakers on understanding cannabis and its effects. On March 19th, we welcome the commissioners and chief administrative officers for the city of Mississauga and the region of Peel. Join us for a dinner and conversation at Credit Valley Golf and Country Club. This evening will provide you with the opportunity to have a conversation with one of the senior leaders of the city and the region. And save the date for our annual Golf, Nine, Dine, and Network. On June 24th, we tee off at Lionhead Golf for 9 holes of fun. Whether you're a golfer or not, this event has something for you. Can't make golf? No problem. Join us for dinner, big prizes, and our legendary silent auction. Grand prize of a big screen TV and live auction for 2 airline tickets. Back to you, David.
Thanks, Stephanie. If you have any questions about how to submit articles for MBOT's Connect magazine or have your company featured on MBOT TV, contact your membership services manager by calling 905-273-6151 and press 0 to get connected. Details about these stories and events are available at www.mbot.com. Until next week, this is David Wojcik wishing you continued success in your business.